Angel.
Yeah. What's up, Keen?
We've had some pretty good conversations about safe people.
Mm-hmm.
And
Should we get that list?
it's right here.
Don't trip over the cord, Keen.
Thanks for the Lord looking out for me.
Mm-hmm.
And how there are moments where we can fulfill the markers for being the unsafe person,
Yes.
for the unsafe people in our lives.
Yeah,
And isn't that a mind melting experience
it sure is.
that serves to help us realize that core truth about how we can't really help modulate anybody else's
Yes.
emotional state. Whether they've had 2 pots of coffee or taken all of the pills or are responding and reacting through the lens of childhood trauma operating unconsciously or just having a bad day.
Mm-hmm. This could be a good time for us to talk about safe people, being the safe person,
Yeah,
because this is really all we can do.
right.
Being the safe person for who?
Ourselves.
Ourselves.
And if that happens to resonate with the people around us,
Great.
yeah,
But we also have to realize
no amount of us being a safe person may benefit people around us. But if
right.
it does, that's
If
pretty
it
cool.
does, that's amazing, but it can't be the goal.
No,
You can't
And-
have an agenda to be a safe person.
no. And if we are in a place where we can hit all these markers that we're going to read about,
Mm-hmm.
that's it. Has to stop there.
Right.
There's no, if I do this, then.
Then they will feel better.
Right.
Right.
It's if I do this and they notice, they may do something else.
Right. It will be different.
M-A-Y.
Yeah. It will likely be different from how things have typically gone.
Yeah. But embodying that safe person energy may still irritate people, may still land on them as if things are not okay.
Yes.
But
And that is okay.
the litmus test for this whole thing is this working for me?
Right.
This is a really cool conversation to have on the heels of the other conversations we've had about that safe distance.
I was thinking the same thing. Yeah. It's almost, excuse me. Hope that wasn't too loud. It's like, stop it. Like a series is being born. Born.
Mm-hmm.
The safety series.
Yeah.
We're going to do the safety dance
Oh
as
my
a culminating.
Gosh. We'll have to watch the old videos.
Yeah.
So check this list out. So this list comes courtesy of the holistic psychologist on Facebook. Safe people compared to unsafe people. She's got 5 markers and a comparison between each. So safe people can regulate their emotions and pause before reacting. Unsafe people are unable to regulate their emotional states. She says impulsive, and you might add explosive. Reactive.
Right.
There's a large spectrum of behavior that.
Right. Yeah, it would be a lengthy list if it was going to address all the ways, but just that respond versus react.
Mm-hmm.
And, I can think of examples in my life where me pausing and taking a breath was a trigger for the other person or persons that I was in and engagement with. We won't even call it a conversation because usually that wasn't happening. Otherwise, like it's the behavior that's happening and there's no talking about it when it's happening.
If you have a technique for creating that calmer central nervous system that's obvious, then you're also communicating that you're escalated.
Right.
You're doing something about it, but what the other person perceives is
You're escalated. Yes.
And now you're pissed at me, and
and now
now
I'm pissed at you.
Yeah.
And it was a no-win spiral
Yeah.
dynamic that happened in my whole, like with every person in my family. It, like that walking on eggshells that everyone feels about everyone else.
right.
So even if you think you are a safe person, odds are you're making other people feel unsafe just by trying to keep your composure.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
And reading that book from the Heart Math folks about transforming anger, the idea of eggshells is a vast universe to be with, because the person who is angry, who is having that significant response that feels reactive to everybody around, they feel completely justified in where they are, and they don't find it to be, because they're in there, right?
Right.
They don't find it to be that thing that everybody else experiences.